Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Marvel Champions playthrough. We're going to be doing another campaign playthrough of Marvel Champions, and I wanted to just go in order since we did Rise of Red Skull. We'll go ahead and do the playthrough for Galaxy's Most Wanted, and to be completely honest, I'm not looking forward to this at all, and I'm really hope that we can make it work. So, Galaxy's Most Wanted is a little more involved than the other one. There's like a market system. We'll be able to buy cards in between games. We're gonna jump all past that, and we're just gonna get to the first scenario. It is against Brotherhood of Badoon. So we've got Drang as our villain, and our setup involves us revealing the Badoon Blitz side scheme, and we've added the Badoon Hunter into the encounter deck. So let's take a look at what we've got going on. We are going to be Gamora. This deck, I don't have a link to it in Marvel CDB because I threw it together for this, and I may end up having to make changes here and there throughout the campaign to kind of accommodate the scenarios. So the deck list will be down below, just as it is, if you guys are interested. But our primary aspect is aggression, but Gamora does have the ability. It is skilled tactician. We can include up to 6 attack and or thwart events from other aspects. So we picked, I have 2 clear the areas, 2... There's a protection event that I can't remember, and then I have 2 multitasking. So we're going to see how well that works for us. So let's just hop into it here. We've got Terrestrial Invasion. So this is, we're using Brotherhood of Badoon, Ship Command, and Band of Badoon, and then we're going to put the Badoon Ship environment and the Milano support into play. Badoon Ship, Milano support. And then this goes up. This starts with 2 and goes up by 2 every turn or every villain phase. After resolving step 1 in the villain phase, resolve the Badoon ship's charge up ability, and then the first player can exhaust the Milano to remove 3 threat from the scheme. So we're going to start with 2 threat on there. We've got the Badoon ship, so it's got charge up. Place 1 barrage counter here. Then if there are 4 or more barrage counters here, each player deal 4 indirect damage to each player. Remove all barrage counters from here. We have the Badoon Blitz side scheme, so it comes in with Hinder 3, and then Victory 1, and then when defeated, each player may draw cards. So it's come in with 5 threat, 2 base, and then the Hinder for the player count. We've got the Milano. So the Milano goes with the first player. As a resource, we can exhaust the Milano, generate a resource for any player. And then again, we've got Gamora. Her ability, Skilled Tactician. She's a 6 hand size, 10 hit points with 3 recovery. And then as an action, we can look at the top card of our deck. If it's an attack event or a thwart event, we can draw it. We can do this once per round. And then Gamora, she's 2/2/2. She has Finesse. As a response, you can after you play an attack event, remove 1 threat from a scheme. And Precision, after you play a thwart event, deal 1 damage to an enemy. And this can only be done once per phase. All right, so let's just draw up here. We'll see what we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So multitasking could come in handy. Multitalented is a little too big for us at the moment. Deal 2 damage. So this is deal 2 damage. Then we could forward momentum, remove 3 threat or 5 threat. We can just nuke that immediately after doing acrobatic. So I think I'm going to keep those 2. I think I'm going to dump everything else. And we'll see what we get. So I think we're going to keep those and just kind of like get rid of Badoon Blitz and then start working on that with that. Oh, and this is actually great because we can just drop this. Okay, so let's do our ability. Look at the top card of our deck. It is an attack event, so we'll draw it. We're going to flip. We're going to discard Genius for Clobber. This says deal 3 damage to an enemy. The first time you would play a card this round, return it to your hand. So it's going to hit him for 3 and come back to our hand. We are going to, and then because we played an attack event, we're going to remove a threat from a scheme. We're going to do acrobatic. Oh, actually, let's do forward momentum instead. Let's exhaust the Milano and discard Clobber for forward momentum. So remove 3 threat from a scheme. Remove 5 threat instead if you played an attack event this turn we have. So 5 gets removed from that. This is gone. Each player draws a card, and it goes into our victory display. And then he pings the damage for a thwart thwart event. Let's drop Nick Fury and clear the area for Martial Prowess. So Martial Prowess comes into play. Exhaust this to generate a fist resource for an attack event. And then we'll drop this for 2. And we'll swing for 2. All right, and I'm going to keep this in my hand, and we're going to draw up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, 2 threat gets added to the main scheme. Place a barrage counter here. He swings for 2. We're going to take the hit. So 1, 2, 3. We have an encounter card. It's going to be Badoon Lieutenant. It has patrol, so we can't thwart. We can't thwart the main scheme. Okay. That shouldn't be too bad. Well, this is kind of bad because I'd like to thwart, but I'm not going to be able to. All right, let's swing for 2 onto him. We're going to exhaust martial prowess. No, we're going to discard energy for decisive blow. So it's deal 4 damage to an enemy, and then 7 instead if you play the thwart event. So he's defeated. We're going to remove a threat from the scheme. Actually, let me do this instead. We'll do this. We'll keep energy and we'll discard forward momentum. Okay. We'll exhaust this to remove the threat, and we'll discard the energy and multitasking for Gamora's sword. So it's restricted after you play an attack event, deal 1 damage to an enemy, and then we're gonna flip down, and we're gonna use our ability to look at the top card of our deck. It is not that. I don't know if this gets shuffled back in. Look at the top part of your deck. If it's an attack or thwart event, draw it. I don't know if it gets shuffled back in or not. Okay. Wonder if I can double check that. Gamora, Marvel Champions. Let me know if we have to shuffle that in. I don't, well, in most instances when we look at something, we do shuffle it, but I know that earlier cards didn't have that. So I'm going to do the text as written, but if it's incorrect, please let me know, and we'll make that adjustment for the future games. I'll double check it after this, but I believe we're good. Okay. So we're going to place 2 threat on the main scheme. This is going to go up. He's going to scheme, and then as a force response, we'll do the charge up ability. So he's going to scheme for 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to add another counter. And then we have an encounter card, and it's going to be Badoon Grunt. Force response after Badoon Grunt engages with you. If there are no other minions engaged with you, deal yourself 1 face down encounter card. And then I think this would get resolved as well, because we're still in that same phase. Drawing near. Okay, great. So after your turn begins, discard top card of the deck, and we're going to add counter to Pursued by the Past. Let's activate our ability. Look at the top card of our deck. It is not an event, so we're going to put it back. So we need to discard an identity-specific card, which I really want to keep that. Okay, we're going to discard Acrobatic Moves to get rid of this. Oh, that's a bummer. Still haven't played a card this turn. Okay, we're going to flip. We're going to exhaust the Milano to remove 3 threat from here. We're going to exhaust Martial Prowess. No. We're going to discard Clobber for Keen Senses. So keen instinct. Sorry, exhaust keen instincts to generate a wild resource for an attack or thwart event. We'll exhaust both of these from momentum shift. So heal 2 damage from your hero to deal 2 damage to an enemy. We're going to heal 2. It's going to deal 2, and then after we played Oh, let's actually do this instead. We're going to do aggressive energy. When you play, spend this for an attack event, deal 1 additional damage. So it's going to do 2 damage, 3 damage, 4 damage to Drain. We're going to have Gamora fight him. And then I have Wolverine, and I'm going to keep Wolverine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's another Keen Instincts. Okay. So he's got 1 health left. We're going to... 2 threat gets added. We're going to resolve this. So when there's 4 barrage counters, we're going to take 2 indirect damage and remove all the counters. So that's 2 damage. He's going to attack for 2. We're going to take the hit. So 2, 3, 4. We have an encounter card. Bombardment. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, resolve the Badoon thing. Exhaust Milano to remove 3 threat from the scheme. Okay. That's fine. Okay. We can just straight up remove threat from this scheme, and then it'll ping him, and he'll come in with the next stage, and then he'll have his spear, and I could probably use this to get rid of his spear. But I may need to flip down to heal. We'll do this. We'll remove a threat from the scheme. That's going to ping him for damage. So stage 1 goes out. Stage 2 comes in. So stage 2 comes in. If Drain's Spear is in play, give Drain 1 face down boost card. Otherwise, search the encounter deck and discard off for Drain's Spear and shuffle the encounter deck. Comes in with 14 health. Let's look for the spear. There's the spear. Drain has Stalwart. And then as a hero action, we can spend 1 blue and 2 red resources to discard this card. So I could play Sunfire and do this and get rid of it. And then remove the threat from here and flip down, maybe. Okay, we're going to dump these 2 for Sunfire. So after Sunfire, after you play Sunfire from your hand, spend a yellow resource to choose an attachment with the text hero action or hero response and discard it. So we're going to spend this yellow resource to discard this. Sunfire is going to swing for 2, give himself consequential. We're going to have Gamora remove 2 threat from this. And then we're going to exhaust Milano to remove 3 threat from that. And then we're going to flip down. We're going to end our turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 2 threat gets added. Resolve the ship. He schemes for 2. After this activation, place a pursuit counter pursued by the past. That act puts another barrage counter. Then we have an encounter card. Sinister Strike. Place 1 pursuit counter pursued by the past, and if it has any counters on this gain Surge. It does. Evil Alliance. Each Nemesis mini activates against you. If no Nemesis activates, you place 3 counters and pursue the past. So 3 counters get added, which flips this. We're going to bring in Gamora or Nebula and Sibling Rivalry. So Nebula comes in with Retaliate 2 as a force response. When this would enter play, discard the Nebula ally. She's 5 health, has 1, 2. And then we have Sibling Rivalry. It comes in with 4 threat. Players other than Gamora cannot remove threat from Sibling Rivalry. And then it says after the villain phase begins, deal 1 face down encounter card to Gamora. Comes in with 4. Okay. We're going to activate our ability. That's an event, so we'll draw it. Let's go ahead and heal. Okay, we have Multitalented, which we can pop off the abilities we need to with this. So let's flip that over. We can remove 2 threat from there, ping Gamora for 2, and heal 2. And then I can clear the area of the rest of it. Or we could do keep him busy. Let's discard Clobber for Keep Him Busy. So Keep Him Busy comes into play. It says has Assault, so a basic attack will remove threat, and then each player who defeated this scheme removes 5 threat from the main scheme. Oh, it's from the main scheme. Okay, hold on. Let's not do that. We'll do Multitalented. We'll dump this. So we're going to exhaust this as a yellow, this as a blue, or no, a red, and then this is the only one we have as a red. I guess I could do Clear the Area, but I don't need to remove 2. Well, yes, I do need to move threat. We'll exhaust the Milano. So we're going to exhaust the Milano as a blue, this is a yellow, and this is a red to do Multi-Talented. So if you paid for this event using at least one of, then do all those things. So if we're going to do 2 damage, remove 2 threat, and heal 2. So we're going to move 2 threat. It's going to do a damage because of this ability. We're going to do 2 damage, which is going to remove 2 threat, or remove a threat. And then we're going to heal 2. Okay. And then we did play an attack event, so deal 1 damage to an enemy. So we dealt 1 damage. We do have to retaliate 2 because this was an attack, so we're going to take 2 damage. So I guess what we just healed ends up going away. We're going to dump Clobber for Clear the Area to remove this. Since it was the last threat we removed, we're going to draw a card. Oh, there's Nebula. That's funny. We'll dump Strength for Momentum Shift. We can heal 2 to deal 2 damage. This is gone, and then because we're going to activate this after you play an attack event and deal 1 damage to an enemy, so we're going to deal 1 damage to Drang. We'll dump both of these for Nebula. So after Nebula enters play, search your deck for an attack or thwart event and add to your hand, shuffle your deck. Which I have Decisive Blows, that's the only thing I have, which we'll hold on to for next turn. We're going to have her thwart 2 from here. We're going to have Sunfire finish off, or going to take 2 damage, or take a damage to do 2 damage to Drang, which is going to finish him off. We're going to keep Decisive Blow. We're going to draw up. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, that says specifically to shuffle your deck, where the other thing doesn't, so I don't think we do shuffle. Okay. I can finish him off basically next turn. Oh, I don't have... Never mind, I don't have a thwart event, so I'm not going to be able to. Okay. So 2 threat gets added. We'll resolve this. I mean, I still may be able to. He's got 9 health. He's going to swing for 3. We're going to have Nebula block it. So 3, 4. Nebula's gone. We have 2 encounter cards. So the first encounter card is going to be Badoon Engineer. After Badoon Engineer engages with you, activate the charge up ability. So this gets all 4 counters. We take 2 indirect damage. And then we have Hull Breach. Choose to exhaust Milano, spend 2 yellow resources or red blue resources, or deal 3 damage to the first player. Do I want to exhaust Milano? Oh. Yeah, I think we're going to exhaust Milano. Okay. Okay, so for our go, we're going to dump... We're going to exhaust both of these for Decisive Blow. It's going to do 4 damage to Drang. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then, because we played an attack event, we do 1 more damage, and we get to remove a threat from a scheme because of Gamora's ability. We're going to dump these 3 for Groot. So play only if you're a Guardian, and then after Groot defends against attack, heal 2 damage from him. We swing 2. We swing 2 on Drang. He's defeated. Okay, so that was pretty easy. So let's take a look at the campaign now. So now we've defeated Brotherhood of Badoon. So victory, it says each player, each record units in each player's respective unspent units box. So I've got a little log here that we're going to be doing our unspent units. Oh, Wolverine pen. So units. And then this is scenario 1. All right, we got 1. So record 1 unit for each player. Record a number of units for each player equal to the victory values on counter cards in their victory display. We have 1 for that. Then we have record 1 unit for each other player, or for each player who has no minions in play. Well, I didn't get that. Record 1 unit for each player if the main scheme is on 1B. It is, so we get a unit for that. And then if Badoon Headhunter is in the victory display, mark the box. Scenario 1, Brotherhood of Badoon is defeated section. Okay, so we have 3 units. So with that being said, now we can choose if we want to add any cards from the market here into our decks. So the way this works, and we'll go back a page because I didn't really go over it, is that so we can choose a card with a unit value equal to or less than what we have, and then we'll just subtract it from our total, and then they're in the rest of the deck for the rest of the game, rest of the campaign. So we've got Brainstorm. Name a card type, look at the top card of your deck. If it's that card you name, remove 3 threat from a scheme. By any means, place 2 threat on the main scheme to 3 damage to the villain. Draw a card. I kind of like that one. This is Contingency Plan. Discard top 4 cards of your deck. For each different resource discarded this way, deal 1 damage to an enemy. Also draw a card. I also kind of like that one. In Defiance, when an enemy would take any amount of damage, prevent it. So this is, we have 3 units. This is draw a card and choose a player. That player draws 1 card, then discard a card. I don't really like that. Creative Solution. Draw a card and remove a status card from any character. If that status was removed, deal 3 damage to an enemy. Stun. Okay. Do these cards go away? No, they don't. We just get them. Okay. Deal 1 damage to an enemy and stun it. Stun your hero. Draw a card. I don't think I want that. Draw a card. Deal 1 damage to an enemy. Confuse it to confuse your hero. So unit, close call. This is a type. Deal 5 damage to an enemy and discard top card in counter deck. Take 1 damage for each boost icon. Take 2 damage and remove 5 threat. Okay, I think what we're going to do... I like Contingency Plan. Discard top 4 cards of your deck for each different resource type discarded this way. Deal 1 damage to an enemy and draw a card. I kind of like that one. So I think that's what we're going to take. So we're going to take Contingency Plan into our deck, which is going to subtract a unit. So we went from 3 units to 2 units, and we took Contingency Plan. It's 3 of 28. Okay. So we'll be adding this card to our deck for the rest of the campaign. So as a hero action, discard the top 4 cards of your deck. For each different resource card discarded this way, deal 1 damage to an enemy and draw a card. Alright, so that is going to be the first playthrough of Galaxy's Most Wanted. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will catch you guys in the next one. And like I said, the deck down below, any changes will be made throughout the campaign if I need to make some changes to accommodate this scenarios. But I think this will do us pretty well. So that's going to be it. Thank you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.